Hey, what's going on, Dre? Welcome aboard. Hey, how you doing, man? All right, man. To another exciting on a swivel at the sports bar, man. How you feel, man?
Good. Right. How about yourself?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. We're gonna just just get going, man. We're gonna talk basketball because everybody's waiting for the Super Bowl. So mostly it's gonna be mostly basketball talk a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Good, I hear you. All
Okay.
right, so hey, listen, man. Remember, I don't know if you ever remember a brother named Curitan, Earl of Twirl Curitan. He played a long time ago. He won the championship, I think, with the Sixers and the Rockets. Long time ago, he passed away just recently. Yeah, 66 years old, pretty young.
Yeah.
You know?
Was he on the team with Dr. J or?
I forgot which teams he was on. Yeah, it's been Dr. J if they won the championship.
Let me see.
I think, it was back there. It was. I don't know if it was that far. I think Moses Malone probably.
Yeah. Because I have the poster in here in my little home office. So yeah, Earl Curtin. He's on the 83 team.
Okay.
They won the championship. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man. So he passed away. He played like 14 out of 19 years. So he was in the league for a long time.
Okay.
So anyway, I just thought I'd say something about it. And then of course Russell Westbrook hit a milestone this last week, 25,000 points. His career stats. I mean, he's been in the league for 16 years. Does it seem that long?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Geez.
Man.
I got to. But yeah, if you really think about it, man, he's been around those Oklahoma teams. But damn, so I got to go back. But think about it. He played a lot of games. Look at over 1,000 games.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only question is, and for me, not for me though, for all the criticism that he gets, I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. What do you think?
I don't know, man. The Hall of Fame stuff. I don't understand the criteria they use. I mean, unfortunately for him, he didn't win no championship, so that counts against him. I would guess.
Well, remember now, he had like 3 years of triple doubles, man. Or points, rebounds, and assists.
Yeah.
I mean, he never won a championship, but a lot of people in the Hall of Fame won. A lot of people in the Hall of Fame didn't win a championship. Shit, especially in the Jordan era.
Yeah. Well,
Ewing to name one.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, they use the championship to say which guy is better than another. Like Michael Jordan will always be the best.
Yeah.
And 6 champion, even though Bill Russell had more than him, but again, that was a different time, different basketball.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like Russell, man. I don't know why the media hates him so much. I don't know what he did to anybody, but he gets a lot of flack that doesn't seem that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's not the. Maybe he's kind of standoffish to the media. Maybe he's not like a real, because you don't really see him doing a lot of interviews and stuff.
No, he just kind of I mean, he's standoffish. He always look like he got that skull on his face.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So, they might use that against him. All right, so I don't know if you can see this. This is the All-Star team.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
The All-Star. The East and the West. And of course, Trae Young was substituted in for Randall and Joel Embiid. This guy, Scotty Barnes. I never seen him play though. Scotty Barnes. I don't even know who that is. You know, so
I think the name sounds familiar anyway. I don't know if
I haven't really seen.
What team is he on? Is he
you know what? I don't even, man. I haven't really checked. I just knew he's a substitute.
Oh,
and I haven't seen him. I didn't do the. I
may have seen him, but but nothing memorable. I may have seen him in the game because the name sounds familiar, but it's not nothing. Out of the ordinary. Just a regular player on the court.
Yeah. Yeah, well, listen, you got a taste of All-Star Weekend, man. That's good for him, man. Trae Young, I'm surprised he didn't make it. So he must be having a down year because he usually is on the All-Star team.
Yeah.
But, Atlanta always is kind of down at the bottom anyway. So the All-Star Weekend is this weekend, I believe, correct? I think so. This weekend and next. It's next weekend.
Are you sure? Because this
it's next weekend. I think it's somewhere. It's usually somewhere at the end of February.
Yeah, it's never the same weekend as the Super Bowl, man. I think it's gonna be the following weekend. Yeah,
it's the following weekend, I believe.
Yeah, something like that, or maybe even
it's somewhere in February.
Yeah.
I should have just put the dates on there, but I forgot. I know it's not this weekend coming up. This is all for the Super Bowl, man. Yeah. Nobody's doing shit. Nobody has nothing. Nobody's doing anything for this. Oh, so the power rankings shifted again. Cavaliers went up to the top. The Knicks dropped to number 3.
Yeah.
They're just kind of swapping these guys every week. These guys do like a power ranking to see who had the best. It's really like a measure who has the better week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna get to something. It's in the West, man. It's really, really tight, and I'll get to it in a minute. Some notables again. The trading deadline's tomorrow. Hey, listen, man. Tomorrow, Halo starts. I don't know if you ever watched that.
No, I didn't watch that. No.
So the trading deadline's tomorrow, and I would imagine there'll be some movement somewhere before the end today. Early tomorrow, see who's moving where. I know LeBron's been trying to pound the Lakers into doing something, and they're ignoring his ass.
I heard there's one move today. Nothing fantastic, but I forgot who it was. I was watching Gil's Arena, and they announced some trade happened.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was though, but whatever.
Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter. I mean, I'm gonna wrap it up and see what I can bring out next week. Once all the dust settles.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So, and then of course, George Gervin scored 33 points, just like trivia, in one quarter back in 1978. Do you know who broke his record?
I'm a guess and say Curry.
No, it was Klay Thompson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he scored 37 in it was 2016.
Right.
2015 or something like that. So that record is pretty old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2015 he broke it, and somebody else scored 33 somewhere between them. So he still holds the record today, by the way. Yeah,
okay.
Damn man, Klay Thompson used to be a bad dude and shit, man. He still is, but he lost a step after the injuries.
Yeah.
But he can still shoot. And of course, I always do my little showcase. Shea Gilchrist-Alexander is one of the up-and-coming stars. He plays point guard and he plays shooting guard, so he switches back and forth. Right. So his assists ain't as high as a regular pure point guard. So I kind of showcase him against Tyrese Halliburton, who's a pure point guard. One guy's been in for 6 years. He's been in for 5.
Mm-hmm.
Both their teams are winning in the power rankings pretty much. Indiana just dropped out of it because Tyrese is hurt. I don't know who's substituting for him in the All-Star game. I forgot. I forgot who they putting in there. Maybe Brunson might move up to the first and start.
Yeah, well, he's hurt, isn't he? He's hurt.
Yeah, Tyrese is hurt. Yeah.
No, Brunson is hurt.
He's hurt too?
Yeah. He hurt his ankle the other night.
So Randall's hurt too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
his shoulder. Yeah.
That's right. So they were both out against the Lakers, I believe. Anyway, man, so the Knicks can't afford no damn injuries, man. That's true. But anyway, these guys, you look at their scoring records are, similar, even though Tyrese doesn't score as much. He's younger, got 1 year in the bank. He's just coming into his own. I'm sure his scoring average is probably going to go up as the years go on.
Yeah.
So I got this. Might be hard to read. This is the a chart on a chart on IQ.
Right.
So
I saw it in the email.
Okay,
anyway,
of course, of course they have LeBron up there and Luca. But there's some strange, some of the positioning. We could always debate where somebody's at on a chart like this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, LeBron, I agree with. Luca, I'm surprised because because he makes good passes. Maybe is that why? Like LeBron. LeBron knows what's going on at the court at all times. Yeah, he always you heard him talk about that. But Luca, he makes some nice passes sometimes. But
I think they're giving him credit for the fact that. I think he's deceptively smart, but I see him make a lot of boneheaded decisions out there on the court. But he always knows where to be in the right spot. He knows how to, he doesn't look fast. He's I think he's a little bit more deceptive in terms of the way he moves because it seems like sometimes he's unstoppable. And plus he could shoot. So, but I don't know about this. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know whether he's smarter than Damian Lillard on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they came up with this. The rankings, why they ranked it, but I guess they had their criteria.
But whoever the hell FW is, this is his interpretation.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? This is his interpretation of it. And that's why, some guys put this stuff together just so they can spark debate.
Yeah.
They, so they don't necessarily say, okay, I'm right and everybody else is wrong. They just say, hey, listen, this is how I see it. And if they have a forum to debate it, they debate with people. So it's like a debate, something to debate,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, when somebody drops a top 5 list.
Right.
And everybody has to debate about it, The top 5 this, the top 5 that, Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Now here's the standing. If you look at the West, look at this, man. The top 4 teams, almost like deadlock, man. Yeah, except that 3, 4, and 5 have the exact same record. And the Clippers are ahead because they have one less in the loss column, but it's just percentage points. And they got one less in the win column.
Right.
So it's the losses that trump. Less losses trump, the extra win in terms of percentage. So look how that's just tight, man. 1 through 4, and any time either one of those could swap positions.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. That's pretty tight. You're right. The West is the top 4 is extremely tight. You're right.
Yeah, man. They're gonna be so every game they play. Listen, I might have to take note of that because every time they play each other, that's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
Between the 4 of them, I might have to go research to see how many games they have against each other during the year.
And the East is kind of similar. at least 2 to 4 is pretty tight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's we all like.
And even 5 and 6 are well. Well, I guess 5 is not that well. I guess 3 games, but 2 through 4 is a tight. Yeah,
but you might as well throw 2 through 5 in there, man. Really, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And then in the West, after 4, it's a pretty decent drop off, man.
Yeah.
But 4, it's 5, 6, and 7, and 8 is pretty close. For those. So let's just say 5 and 6, because the goal is to make sure you don't have to do the playing game. So you really at the worst, you want to be in 6th spot, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to go ahead and play those extra games.
Right.
So it's interesting, man. See how that goes. I'm just checking something out. All right. So what's next? This might be a short one because, like I said, everybody's waiting for the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Said, and the injury report, we don't have to open that up, man. I don't. The NFL talk, man.
Oh yeah. I saw this man. You know, he ain't that old, man. I heard he's like 53.
You know, but I mean, you listen. How come everybody in Patrick Mahomes' orbit is an idiot? His wife, you know, his father. I guess his father and mother ain't together, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think they may have gotten divorced a while ago. So he's
So here's the deal with him, man. Where he got to, I forgot where he was at. I should have put that down. But the 3-strike rule is still in effect there.
Hmm.
If he gets convicted, then he could do 10 years for drunk driving. 10 years.
Yeah, man. That's why I don't even drink and drive anymore, man. I've stopped that. I've been stopped that. I don't. If I go anywhere and I'm driving, I don't touch any alcohol anymore.
Yeah.
I've decided to leave that alone, man. And I just drink when I'm home occasionally. You know, that's it.
And that's the way it's supposed to be, because, man, you know, it's such a pain in the ass. You know, if you know a couple of people who had DUIs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their lives are miserable, man. For until you get your license back, you know, everything in your life is disrupted,
right?
Especially if you can't get around. So you got to rely on other people. You got to take Ubers. You got to do all this. And if you can't get to work, that's really a bad thing.
Yeah. And you know, and where you know I work at, and where you used to work at, you know, you need the car to get on the facility. You can't just walk on there.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess if you were in a cab or something, and they can get you on.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I mean, you know, the security now, you know, well, you know, I mean, I don't know how it was when you left.
You would have to get special, a special thing or something like that.
The badges are required for everybody in the car now. You know, like, there's no, you can't just have you sitting in the car.
Oh, is that right?
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They kind of tighten up with the security a little bit. I think you know, it's you know. Yeah.
Well, especially since the Arsenal at one point is, you know, not as crowded as it used to be. There's not enough. The eyes were down real low, so anybody on the post, they could go pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
If you think about it, I mean, because ain't nobody around, so you could do a lot of dirt, man. And you know those little cameras they have up there. I don't think I can't remember the last time they worked. So he's in trouble. I think all the coaching hires have been, all the coaching vacancies have been filled. You know, did you see Stephen A, man? Quisenberry gets a job as an offensive coordinator. Stephen A goes into his racist rant. Oh, they're all race. They never do this for black people. And the thing is, he's so disingenuous. You know why?
Why?
Because he picks as far as I'm concerned, he picks and chooses when he wants to play the race card.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because to me, you know, why is he so upset because Quisenberry got an offensive coordinator job? You know what I'm saying?
What was he before? Was he like a? I guess he was a coach. Huh?
Remember, he was the head coach of the Cardinals.
So why is it? So I mean,
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. I think he replaced.
What's the big deal about that, man? I thought maybe he was like a, you know, like a you know, like something real lower coach, and they bumped him up to you know, he got bumped up. Oh,
I mean, Stephen A, man, I tell you, he just needs stuff. He just needs stuff to complain about.
Whatever. I don't know. No, I didn't hear about that. And I'm glad I didn't hear because I don't understand it. But whatever.
Eric Bieniemy was the offensive coordinator, and so he comes up and he takes his spot. Now I don't know where Eric Bieniemy went, but he never got of course, obviously, he didn't get a head coaching job, and everybody keeps bringing his name up. But the fact is, you know what? Maybe he's just not qualified for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that Ramsey? Yeah, that's Ramsey. Hey, Ram, what's going on, man? Hold on for a second.
Pain, what's up?
All
Hey,
right,
what's
man.
up,
What's
how you
going
doing?
on, man?
What's up, Drake?
Hey, how you
Yeah,
doing?
man.
Hey,
We get
apologize for being
we
late.
talking about. Say, go ahead.
Apologize for being late.
Oh man, that's cool, man. We just chopping it up, man. We're finishing. Actually, we're on football, man, because we went through basketball. Unless you had something to say, we got a couple of minutes. But it's nothing. Everybody's just waiting for the Super Bowl, man. So it's nothing real memorable in the basketball stuff, except they changed the power rankings. They're getting ready for the All-Star game. They picked the teams. So I guess the All-Star game is what next week, not this weekend, but the weekend after or the weekend the last sometime end of February, I believe. So we're looking at the coaching hires, and we were talking about Stephen A. Smith. Talking about how racist it is for a guy named Quisenberry to come out to lose his job with the Cardinals and get another job that fast with the as an offensive coordinator for the Commanders. He says they never do that for black people. Blah blah. Stephen A. is so disingenuous, though. Because every so often there'll be an issue where maybe ESPN is involved and it might be race. And he's always like a party man when it comes to his employers. They can never do no wrong.
Yeah, but I think this whole thing with what is it, Kingsbury?
Yeah, Kingsbury.
Yeah, I think it's highlighted by the fact that the offensive coordinator was Bieniemy, right, in Washington. So here it is again that Eric Bieniemy is quote unquote passed over for a head coaching opportunity, or even removed from the offensive coordinator opportunity in Washington yet again. So I think it's highlighted by that who he's actually replacing.
So let me ask you a question. And I, even though I'm sensitive to this, but could it be that Eric Bieniemy is just not that good?
Yes, yes, and you hear stories of he coaches too hard. He's too hard on his players. You hear these stories. I don't know if they're true or not. I'm not in any locker room, of course, but it could be that it's a combination of that, and he's just not that good. He was coaching under Andy Reid, and everybody knows how well respected Andy Reid is. So it's difficult to say.
So what happened to him? I know Kingsbury, whatever his name is, Kingsbury took his shot. So is he just got fired, or they moved him to another position?
No, he got fired. So the new administration came in, and Dan Quinn, and they just decided that Bieniemy wasn't the guy to lead the offense. And plus, the Commanders are angling towards what's the quarterback from USC? I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, I know. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember him. I mean, I think
Yes.
he's overrated. I think he's
Yeah,
overrated.
Caleb or something, right? Caleb Williamson.
Oh,
Something
Williams. Yeah,
Cal-
Caleb Williams, right. And he's a native Washingtonian, for one. Caleb Williams is. And the Commanders have a number 2 pick. So there's a chance that he could be, in a Washington uniform. And this guy, Kingsbury, coached him at USC this last year. So there's that connection.
All right. So not only that, so they're banking on Chicago not taking it.
Yes.
Now Chicago has it because for some reason they keep saying they're not sold on my man Fields.
Right.
And which to me is bullshit, right? I mean, every time I see him, like he's getting better and better. I mean, they just have a bad team around him, but he had a pretty decent year this year.
Yeah,
so
his passing improved. It seemed like every game it seemed like it.
His passing improved. Of course, he can run.
Yep.
He's a big dude, and I think as far as I'm concerned, I think the book is not completely out for me for this Caleb guy, man. I'm not so sure how well. How many USC quarterbacks translated into great quarterbacks I mean, a couple maybe, but I'm trying to think who somebody did. I can't remember who came from USC. That was a superstar.
Yeah, you had.
You mean quarterbacks? Or you talk about
Quarterback.
Quarterback. Well, what did that guy from what was that guy? USC. Forgot his name.
I know there's a couple that had a nice drink of water in the pros, but if they
he played with the running back dude.
Matt Leinart.
Yeah, Matt Leinart. Yeah,
he was average. He was average.
Yeah. That's right. The fact that we can't even come up with the name.
I totally forgot his name, but I know he played with Reggie Bush, I think, right?
Right.
That's
right.
Yeah, sure did. So I'm saying, okay, I'm not really, and I didn't like the fact that this guy sat out the bowl game, for his draft choice. But I know it made business sense. I know it did. I know it made business sense. So we'll see. But I think Chicago will be making a mistake because it's going to take 2 or 3 years to see how this guy plays, and if they keep doing the coaching carousels, they're going to ruin this guy too.
Yeah. Very true.
So anyway, man. So we'll see. Justin Fields will be all right no matter what. Somebody will pick his ass up. All right, Patrick.
Just one other quick point on that, Rich. Since you mentioned Chicago is uncertain who they're going to take.
Okay.
It'd probably be in Chicago's best interest to trade that number 1 pick and get a couple of picks.
Of course.
Go ahead and trade it and get a boatload of picks and stick with Fields. That's probably their best bet versus just taking Caleb Williams, and then you got both of the quarterbacks on the team, and that doesn't make sense to me.
That doesn't make sense to me either. And guessing the number 1 person they'll try to deal with is the Commanders.
Yeah.
You want this guy? What are you willing to give me?
Yeah. To move up a spot, basically. Yeah.
Right. Move up a spot. So we'll see how that plays out. That should be interesting because I would keep Fields too. I damn sure would. Not that, I just would and get even if I don't give it to the Commanders, if I can get like maybe a couple of first-round draft choices, this year, one this year and one next year, and some other stuff, I'd probably do it. All right. Oh, I skipped one. Let me go back. All right. So now there's some scuttlebutt about, and I'm gonna go hit this link here. You got Patrick Mahomes, right? The first ballot Hall of Famer already. 2 Super Bowl wins against Mr. Irrelevant, right? The guy who's the last player in the draft. Actually, he played a pretty good game last week. And I don't know what the line is, but of course. Oh, matter of fact, did you tell me, Ramsey, last time that Kansas City's underdog?
Yeah. The last I looked yesterday, I think San Fran was 1.5 favorite.
Ain't that something?
So it's basically even, but 1.5's a 1.5. So San Fran's favorite.
Well, listen, I got there's a couple of guys who want to talk a little bit about Brock Purdy. I'm gonna just go ahead to their link for a second.
All right.
You see, is that? No, that's not it. This is it. Oh, bear with me. It's done.
You have the salary, of course. Pro Football Hall of Famer, which is Patrick Mahomes, compared to Brock Purdy, which is Mr. Irrelevant, and everything else in between.
You guys can't hear him, right?
Yeah, I heard him.
Can often come as a shock, but there's an affordable solution. Dental insurance.
Yeah, I heard.
There, but your quarterbacks aren't good enough to win it. Jimmy Garoppolo the first time, and now
I hear him.
How about
it's
you,
just a reminder of how quickly narratives can change and the way we think about players or coaches or organizations from a broad boilerplate sense. can change quickly.
I don't know.
And one loss to the Chiefs in this game, and immediately the 49ers go from dominant organization under a great head coach in Kyle Shanahan to really good.
Just tell me when they finish talking about Purdy.
Because they don't have an elite quarterback and need to make a change. I'm not saying I agree with that, but I know that's what the narrative is going to be. And everyone is going to start talking about Kirk Cousins.
All right, man. Let me just end it there because I can't hear these guys.
Poorly. Yeah,
I might have to connect. I have to cut that out.
Yeah. I heard it perfectly, man. That's strange.
Say what?
I heard it perfectly on my end.
Yeah, man.
When you cut it off, he was making a point about Kirk Cousins as a potential, I guess, next year or something like that. If Purdy doesn't come through or something like that.
Yeah, man. I gotta find out what happened in the book, but that's all right, man. It's something every so often things happen. Anyway, well, listen, let's just cut to the chase and just talk about who we got, man. You know, I mean, that's coming up. It's gonna be a big game. Anyway, so who wants to go first?
I'll go. I'm going with the Chiefs. You know, I think that's all. I mean, I don't have I'm not a fan of either team, but I think the Chiefs might pull it out. So.
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So who you got? Who you got, Ramsey?
I'm going to go with the 49ers, and the reason being is because the Chiefs beat them 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
In fact, that was at the start of the pandemic at that point, right? That was pandemic year, and so the Chiefs got them 4 years ago, and I think that the 49ers, it's their time to take this one.
You think so?
I think McCaffrey is going to be the difference maker in this game. I think they're really going to unleash him and rely on him a lot. Yeah.
Man, listen, you know what? I went against them. My man, I got a guy in the chat, so he got the 49ers. I got the Chiefs, man. I gotta say that I think it's going to be close, but if it's within 7, or 6 or 7 in the last quarter, I think the Chiefs are going to pull it out. But you're right. I mean, I think the odds says that 49ers could win, but I don't know, man. Oh man, hey, hold on for a second, Jay. Hey, Grumman, what's going on, man?
Going on, brother? How are you guys?
All right. How you doing, man? So we almost at the end of the show, man. Thanks for popping. You said you got a show getting ready to start?
I just had to jump in 1 second and say, if you guys think anybody else is going to win and Chiefs are going to win this, you guys are on crack. I don't see that. I do not see them. They always choke towards the end. They are going to destroy them in the first half. Absolutely. Maybe in the second half, but towards the end, fourth quarter, that's where you're going to see the 49ers come out. They always pull it out of their asses, no matter how bad they're doing.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty bad tape, man. I think that's I think, you know what, man, the Chiefs are pretty good at the end of the games, man. Now, not this year, though, not as much. But
that's what I'm going off what I've been seeing towards the end, and they barely made it with the skin of their teeth. If you watch their games,
I know. Like I said, not this year. They weren't that dominant, but just the way they pounced and beat the hell out of Lamar and everybody, man, by holding them to 10 points was, I was really disappointed with that. But so you're saying that the Ravens just played a bad game?
Pretty much. I think it was bad timing on their end, bad calls, and they unadministrated the team they went to. Like, it happens all the time. You go against any team now, like, oh, we got this. We don't need to play that hard. And next thing you know, they're up by 3 touchdowns. Like, what happened here? And like, I always hear like, oh, we had a bad game. We just had a bad feeling. Bullshit. You paid billions and millions of dollars to play in that game. I don't want to hear you had a bad game. You're going to perform every fucking time.
All right, so let me ask you this, though, man.
Go for it.
Okay. Remember now, San Francisco got butt beat, man, by the Ravens. during the season. Now we're gonna say this is a whole new season, right? And you could say that because this is the playoffs. Everybody's heightened. But that was a pretty defining game when they played the Ravens. And the thing about that was maybe more defining for the Ravens because they played so well when the stakes weren't that high. And when the stakes were high, they played like crap. And that's been Lamar's thing, ever since he's a pro.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, we're talking about Patrick Mahomes, man. We're talking about, and Kelsey's back. He's getting some of that sweet Taylor Swift stuff and shit now. Are you kidding me, man?
I actually watched a video recently. I got forward to you later. And it says that because Taylor Swift, her boyfriend or whatever they are together, that team's gonna win because she's there, and they want to use that as a big, hub, like motivation. It was this it was a short I found on YouTube. I'm like, I sent it to Paul actually and some other guys. I went like, and I'm watching. I was like, that'd be funny. This actually comes out true.
Well, listen, man. If they win, right? If Kansas City wins and they do all that shit, it's just coincidence, right? They can't, it's not like they predicted the future. It's just that Kansas City won the game and they're going to take it.
But it goes back what a lot of people are saying is most professional sports like football are actually rigged.
Oh man, here we go, man. Anybody else want to chime in on that one?
I think it takes too much for football to be rigged, right? You got 11 guys out there. Everybody's got to be in on it, and that's tough. That is tough. Now you can have the quarterback and maybe the kicker in on something, but then everybody else is in the dark. That might be able to happen. But with so many people out there, I think it's tough to rig a football game. NBA, maybe.
Well, here's my pushback. Why has a quarterback on the meeting in it? What about just as referees? How many? What's the actual Giants game this year, beginning of the season? That those calls were horrible against the Cowboys. I'm like, wait a minute. The Giants had that game fair and square, but those calls screwed them over completely. If those calls were actually on the other way, I'm not saying because I'm a New York fan. I'm just saying facts here. I felt a lot of games, a lot of calls were BS this year.
No, I can agree with you on that, whereby from a refereeing standpoint, yeah, maybe it could be. But from a player standpoint, I think it's much harder.
I don't think the players are rigged now. I will agree on that 100% too. I think the players are playing legit. They think they're doing a great job. Whatever. Like Tom Brady, I use him as the best example. As much as we would call him, a cheater and all this stuff, he was never rigged. Let's be honest. As much he did cheat a lot, but I feel the referees are the ones who actually are the ones who are getting paid a little extra. Like say, throw extra flags towards, against New York or against whoever, and we'll make sure you're taken care of.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, Dre, what you got to say? Dre, you have something on this?
Well, no, I don't know. I don't comment. No, I don't know. Hey, you never know, man.
My man here, Grooming. Yeah, anything's possible. My man Grooming, we're on the Black Man Unfiltered networks every so often, man. I mean, actually, twice, 3 times a week or something?
I'm on it twice right now because of my work schedule. I used to be on a little more, but I try Fridays on Barbershop and my show on the Gray Line. Yeah. And I do my own stuff on my channel. Tonight, I have a very exciting show tonight, and I hope you can join us. You're going to love this tonight.
What time is your show? I told you I have a conflict today.
Yeah, if you're done, if you have time, if you don't worry about it. It's at 8:30 start.
Yeah, because I have a 9 o'clock show on DJ Ham's channel. So
if you get done early, great. If you don't worry about it.
I'll pop through, man, see what you're talking about. What's the title? What you talking about? What's the
Evolution of Dating?
Okay. We'll see. See, we sit down here. We always chop it up, man. We never run out of time.
Oh no.
Well, anyway, so let me keep going on this show, man. All right, man. Thanks for coming up. You can stick around if you want. I only got a couple more slides.
Oh, I'll stick out a few minutes.
Yeah, you're welcome. My next slide is this. Oh, wait a minute before I go. This is me. I got Kansas City winning. I only had 3 wrong out of all of this. So it wasn't too bad. I might not have been in the money though, but I got Kansas City winning, and I got them winning by a touchdown at least.
Oh, okay.
So we got.
Who did you say,
Andre? You had Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
All right. So 2-2. Go ahead, Ramsey. What you gonna say?
So you're saying that it could be bordering on a blowout if it's at least a touchdown? You're saying that?
Yeah, I just don't. I just think Kansas City. I don't think they're gonna go in there and not leave with the trophy. I think Mahomes is looking to go down in history to challenge my man Brady. So he can't be giving away championships.
Yeah.
He can't be giving it. He's got to win it. He's got 5 to catch up with. So he's already batting below 500. He's been in 6 championship AFC championships, and he only got two rings to show for it. Now Brady's percentage was much better than that, I think. So that's just me. And Kelsey's back. He looks hungry. I don't know, man. And he certainly beat the hell out of the Ravens. Now, but here's the thing that's good, though, because it's Kelsey against Kittles, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kittles is above average tight end, too. So it's gonna make for a good game, hopefully. I'm gonna have my I don't even know what I'm agrees off of, man, yet. Probably I say wings, but I'm not sure. But anyway,
you talk about the tight ends, Kittles and Kelsey, and the wide receivers, but also the running backs. You got Pacheco and San Francisco's running back. They're similar styles where they run hard.
Yeah, but Pacheco, you got to give it to McCaffrey. You got to give it to McCaffrey, though.
Yeah, no doubt about it. McCaffrey catches the ball much better. He's got more experience, but Pacheco, and I'm not a Kansas City fan, but Pacheco is
he's better than I thought he would be.
Yeah,
but I tell you what, man, doesn't it sound really? I say McCaffrey's underrated. I think he's with all his accolades. I think he's underrated as a quarterback. I mean, as a running back. I think he really is, because that guy is pretty damn good. I know for like 3 or 4 or 5 years, I had him on my fantasy team. He puts up the numbers, man.
Yeah, and I think part of that is because, he was in the MVP race. He's one of the finalists for the MVP this year, right? And I think part of the reason why he may appear to be underrated is because he played for Carolina all those years.
Well, he had a couple of good years with them.
Yeah, he had some good years.
He got hurt with them more often, though.
Right. He got injured, and Carolina wasn't going to the playoffs those years that he was playing with them. So he was kind of under the radar at that point.
Yeah, of course. We don't want to mention the elephant in the room.
What's that?
But you guys forget one thing. When you're under the radar, that's the best part of your career, because not every player is going to try to take you out because you're up there. You're already in the spotlight. But when you come in close, other players saying, screw him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not that good. We can ignore him. Let's go after this other guy instead. Take him out. So he's out for the season. We're good now. But that guy comes up.
I hear what you're saying, but I think, but you're saying they might be trying to hurt him if he wasn't under the radar.
Listen, when I used to play football, that's what only thing I was trying to do is take out the other guy. Listen, football, if you're not trying to hurt somebody, you're doing something wrong.
Well, you know what? I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna give the guys a little bit more grace than that, because they understand how hard it is to get to where you're at. And there are some players who hurt other players, but I think all the players rather that feel successful when everybody can leave the field without being hurt.
Yes, I'm not disagreeing with a bit with that.
So what say you guys?
But that brings up an interesting point, though. When you talk about, kind of the objective is to hurt the opposition. Are you talking about legitimately hurt or illegitimately hurt, like hitting him in his knees such that he's out of the game, out for the season, or just put a hurting on him? To me, there's a difference.
Yes, there is. Do you know what he's talking about? I mean, you understand what he's saying, grooming?
Yeah, I agree with what he's saying. I don't think he's trying to hurt him. Like, oh, let's take him out, put him in a wheelchair, rest his life. I'm like, to not take him out of the game. You know, like sprain his ankle. You know, that's what I. You know, I think we're saying the same thing, but in a different context.
Well, okay, so we're not talking about spraining his ankle. We talk about ring his bell, where they have to at least put him into a concussion protocol. Might take him out the game.
Yeah, something like so we can, you know, now okay, the guy's out. Let's say the Jets, great example. We had one of the best quarterbacks right for the season. We're talking about, and boom, he gets hit. He's out for almost the whole season, really. Yeah, and that's where my problem is with football right now. Is why are we depending on one player for the whole team to carry? How about we depend on everybody?
Well, the quarterback is going to always be the nexus of your team.
But why not have a backup?
But I mean, a backup quarterback, because it's too expensive to have two great quarterbacks on the team.
That's my problem. And it doesn't matter if it's quarterback or lineman or defense, whatever. We always depend on the one player to actually take the whole team, carry the whole team.
You know why, right?
Please educate me.
Salary cap.
Oh, yeah.
That's salary cap. In baseball, not the same thing, but in football, salary cap dictates. That's why you can't be that deep.
Hey, Rich, your buddy's in the background again.
Oh man, yeah, look at these guys. These late bloomers.
Oh crap, he's coming in this.
Yeah, I see him. Wait, hold on a second. I got to get him up here. Hey, go ahead, Trey. What's going on, Trey Ferg? I mean, you guys coming at the end, man. What's up?
Whoa. In my defense, I didn't know you were having a show tonight. Next time, maybe you should email me and let me know. Just say.
Don't worry about it. Oh, hey, what's going on, Trey? We over here before we got another a show later on. But go ahead, man. What's up, man? I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. How y'all doing, man? I'm sorry I'm late, man. Shoot,
what's up, brother? How are you, man?
I was napping, man. I had a long day this morning.
I hear you. Hey, so we're at this point, man. Who you got for the Super Bowl, man? We're gonna talk about this. Who you got?
Nothing. Since you know, none of these teams are, you know, really my favorites. Oh man, it's gonna be hard, man. I'll take. Well, I'm gonna put it like this. I'll take San Francisco if they run the ball consistently. I think they'll have a shot because that'll sort of balance out the defense, you know, prevent that bull rush from coming. But if Patrick Mahomes is on one, and him and Kelsey and those other receivers are catching the ball, man, Kansas City got a great chance to win the game. It's going to have to be close by halftime. If Kansas City's up 2 or 3 touchdowns, then San Fran don't have a chance. But San Fran, I think, has the most balanced team.
I think if Kansas City's within a touchdown, they're going to win the game. But I have them by a touchdown. I have Kansas City by 7. However, it's 3-2 San Francisco with all of us up here. I'm surprised. Yeah, and they're favorite from what I understand from them. So let me get to the next thing because we only have a couple slides left, but I want to hit this really. Other thoughts in sports, man. Before we go forward, rest in peace, Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed, Dutch, right, and from The Predator, which is a channel stopper, of course. Every time that comes on, I'm watching it, and of course, he was in The Mandalorian, so he's my man. So he played football. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah,
he was on the Raiders.
Beginning of his career, that's what he did, right? He played football. He got hurt, then he went to acting. I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, and I think they went to. I don't know if they went to the championship game, but they certainly were in the playoffs when he was there. Then he went and did a couple of years in the CFL. Then he went to acting. 76 years old. I still don't know what he passed away from. I guess they're holding that close hold because he looked like he was still in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, he died. Anyway, he died in his sleep. So I don't think it was anything. All
right, so before we go any further, I got something to show you guys. And I might not be able to hear it, but you guys hear it. Something happened to my sound on this thing. Let me find it. There you go.
If you're a business owner,
can y'all
then
hear?
animated explainer videos are the best way to capture
Yeah,
attention.
yeah.
He'd like
some
better
reason
than
I
this
can't
Apollo
hear.
Creed.
But go ahead.
A local Philadelphia boy, a shot at the greatest title in the world on this country's biggest birthday.
Carl Weathers has died. The veteran actor's family confirmed the news to ET on Friday. Carl, known to many as Apollo Creed, was 76 years old.
They just don't want to pay guild rates. They don't mind if things get sloppy.
Carl's family says he died peacefully in his sleep on Thursday, remembering their loved one as an exceptional human being who lived an extraordinary life.
It's been a tremendous relationship, for 10 years, to be with people. And I'm real happy to have been a part of it.
After playing Rocky Balboa's foe-turned-friend across the iconic franchise,
It comes with the job. I can accept it.
Right,
his memorable on-screen presence and impressive physique paid off again, this time with Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator, with the two buff stars years later inspiring countless memes.
Yeah, it's all. It's all. Get off of me.
Of course, that serious demeanor also inspiring serious laughs in Happy Gilmore. Adam Sandler paying tribute on Instagram. Carl will always be known as a true legend. In recent years, Carl turned his focus behind the camera, pulling double duty as director and one of the stars of The Mandalorian.
I thought you had completed your mission, but you're still running around here with the same little critter.
Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, man, they just keep throwing it down, and all of us in front of the camera and those of us who have the good fortune of working behind the camera and directing are just doing our best just to keep up and to, honor what these guys are putting down. And certainly John is just doing a magnificent job. So I'm a very fortunate guy to be a part of it.
I hope it never ends.
That makes two of us.
Let me stop it there. Hey, man, I'm going to have to, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go ahead and cut all that out because it was all, I couldn't hear none of it. But anyway, hey, man, Carl Weathers was, he's a decent actor. So, a little tribute to the man. It's worth it.
See, a lot of people don't give him enough credit when he was around acting. He's actually a very good actor and a very good person to be around from a lot of articles I read. Unfortunately, we lost one of the greats, and people didn't realize he was better behind the camera than on camera because he gave a lot back to the business.
Yeah. I just thought I'd throw a little tribute up there. Unfortunately, the daggone sound or what happened to it, but that's all right. You can't win them all. And the last one is, I don't need to show this one, but the name, image, and likeness. I have my man Jason Whitlock, right? He has a big problem with everything, with name. He thinks that it's going to be a big gambling nightmare. People, it's going to open up all of those players to gamblers, right? Because everybody can get to them. So if I'm a player and I'm getting money, what's going to stop me from telling, my agent or telling somebody who's going to endorse me who's hurt this week, what's going on inside the inside scoop, which could, sway the gambling and betting one way or the other. So see, first of all, you have to weigh that against the fact that for so many years, the schools were making billions off the players without giving them shit but a scholarship. And even though I shouldn't say it that way, even though the scholarship was important, if I have a school of 100,000 people, giving 20 players a scholarship is like popcorn, right? They charge you $10, but it costs them a penny per kernel, right? So, so you could give 10, 20, 30 scholarships to somebody, but to your bottom line as a school, that's nothing.
Hey, excuse me, Rich. I gotta jump off at 7, but I'll see you next time.
All right, man.
You guys next week.
Thanks for popping in, man.
Hey, no problem. Yep.
All right. So what do you guys think, man, about the NIL?
So our paying just to make it in some better context, the school with the largest student population is about 75,000 students total.
Exaggerated.
But no, what I'm saying is, and I've been saying this for years. You know, being a football player, went to a 1AA school, and I was, you know, I was hip to the NIL back then, but it wasn't called NIL. You know, we get about $75 a week or something, but that was cool. I can handle that. You know, I was managing my money. I was already saving money, so $75 was cool. You had a full scholarship.
About the big endorsements they get now.
No, but what I'm saying is, you know, as we go into this space, these big endorsements, you know, it's already tainted the game. You can see it. You know, you can see how it's tainted because players making more money than because players are making more money than coaches. And who are you to tell me what I can do if I'm making $1.2 million and you making $300,000? I mean, hey, I'm a star. It shows. I'm averaging 15 points a game. I'm, you know, whatever. So, hey, I don't feel like practicing. My knee hurt. I was out late last night. You know, so it puts pressure on the coaches because you can see it's going to be more parity in sports now. Over the next 3 or 4 years, Alabama ain't gonna get all of them.
I'm gonna push back a little bit, okay? I haven't heard any big reports that the big NIL players are being belligerent to the coaches. However, the portal, the school portal, probably will hurt more than the NIL, where people could just switch teams and switch. I think the portal is the biggest deal. But I mean, I hear what you're saying. I'm saying a little bit of pushback because that could happen. What you're saying.
Yeah, I mean it's new. It's new players. You know, they happy to get that little money. You know, everybody like, oh yeah, it sounds good. 2 or 3. What's this? 24, about 20, 30. You know, it's a whole different breed of players coming in. They coming to your school for the money. They ain't coming to graduate. I'm coming for this money. And if I don't like what you're saying to me as a coach, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Simple as that.
Well, that's true. What say you, Ramsey? You got anything on there? I know you might have to pop.
But I think the coaches still hold the key to the players' success. To use your example, Dre, of, you know, I make 1.2 million and you make 300,000, but the coach can still bench you. So if you're a strong enough willed coach, you can still take that bull by the horns, bench that player. Yeah, they may decide to go into the portal and transfer, but you can only do that so many times, you know, per NCAA rules. So I think if I were the coach and I had a player in that situation whereby they were belligerent, wanted to push back on me, hey, I'm going to do what a coach should do. I'm going to sit you down, have a discussion with you, sit you down. If you want to walk, hey, so be it. I think that's the way it's got to be handled.
That's a good point, though.
Man, you here to win games. He's the number one recruit. You here to win games, and if you don't beat Ohio State, then you can go ahead and bench him. But you better be looking for a job after that game. You lose it.
Well, I'll tell you a quick story. A cousin of mine, he coached high school basketball up in Buffalo, and this was 25 years ago. He had one of the better players in the city. And it got to the point where this guy was so arrogant, he started calling my cousin by his first name, Stanley, right? And there was nothing, there's nothing that my cousin could do because, yeah, like you say, Dre, you know, you want to win, you want to get to the next level. So it can go both ways. I agree with you. But yeah, he was calling my cousin by his first name. And here, you know, he's 10, 15 years older than him.
Yo, Joe, man, what Ruben, you got anything on that?
Yeah, with the coach thing, I think we put way too much pressure on coaches because you have, like, say, a couple of years back, Rex Ryan did a very good job with the Jets. They lost 1 or 2 games towards the end, and they canned them after that. How about you let the guy work? It takes years and years and years to build a good team. Let them do what they're supposed to do. Let them select their players. Let them work. Let them grind on them. But once the players start complaining, he's too tough on me. Fuck you, I say that.
Man,
seriously.
Well, you gotta have no thin skin as a coach, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but once they're players start complaining to the owner of the team, he usually goes bye-bye, and that's the problem I have.
That's true. Well, okay, but that's not a new phenomenon. Depending on how big, you got to be a big player to do that. But let me tell you, I think the NIL is a long time coming. I don't care what they say. The players, if you're bringing in millions of revenue, this is a capitalistic society. You're bringing in millions, you should get a piece. You should get a piece.
I
period.
agree.
So I don't care what comes out of it. We got big United States. There are we have a lot more problems that could happen with those big systems, and we seem to work just fine. Pay those players what they demand, because if they don't demand it, they won't get the money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I say. Go ahead.
Do you think that there should be a cap on the NIL money?
No.
If listen, so here's my example. If me and you are scholarship players, right?
Yes.
You were number 22 player in the country. I was number 25, but you came 2 years before me.
Okay.
You start, you know what I'm saying? But they recruited me also at your position.
Okay.
And I'm out there balling. I'm impressing. They talking about I could possibly start now. And you've been starting. And you've proven yourself. So you getting the money that you get, right?
Right.
All of a sudden, here I come up and coming with the player ability. And now they said, okay, and this is the endorser who's endorsing you. Okay, so since this player is new and he's going to probably starting over you, we're going to lower your salary and we're going to increase his.
Well, it's not, but everything is a negotiation, though.
Yeah,
right? They don't just come. If I have a contract with an endorser, it's for a certain period of time, right? And for every player, you only have a finite period of time to play anyway, and you are supposed to be replaced. So you're not going to lower my salary mid-year, right? Mid-year, it's not going to get lower. It'll be the end of a year. The new guys, and we'll probably do a renegotiation. You and your dog, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's a conflict. If you're coming in, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. So if in the contract, if it's at will, and we can make the discretion at will, because brands are going to protect themselves, though. But they're going to protect themselves.
That's not a contract, though. You're not going to sign. If I'm going to get an NIL, you're going to tell me what period of time you're going to pay me and how much. I don't think anybody's going to say, well, in the middle, you could just lower my. I don't think anybody's going to sign a contract like that.
Well, they won't. So if you don't sign it, then you don't get the NIL. I mean,
not from them. There might be somebody else offering me something. So all I'm just trying to say is, nobody's going to sign something. Well, in the middle of the year, they're going to come to you and say, I'm going to cut what I'm giving you in half. Why would I sign that?
No, like you said, a time frame, but we sign a 2-year deal, right? You sign a 2-year deal.
At the end of 2 years, you can do what you want. Just don't renegotiate.
And okay, so I'm just saying, so it's going to be I think it's going to be a lot of turnover. That's why players they're playing through the time of the NIL, but then you're going to have an influx. I think it's going to be a major influx of players coming to college just for that and not even looking to graduate. Because what is it? but still, if a player don't graduate, then he's just it's just.
But that's well, Trey, man. Before the NIL, that was the same thing happening. People weren't graduating. That's the American way. And let me also say that the regular student body, only a certain percentage of people graduate. I mean, so why are we putting this undue, artificial thing on athletes that they have? They're there to play games. They ain't even there to graduate.
Daniel, really fast before you go on. Let me get. I'm dipping out. I gotta get finished my show. So I'll see you guys later. All right.
Yeah. Hey, thanks. Take it easy, Group. We'll catch up. All right. Hey, so I don't know if you have anything on this, Ramsey, but my point, Trey, is I only disagree with these artificial things we're trying to put on athletes.
No, because it's new.
It's not,
it's
artificial.
It's new. They're going to change it. The rules are changing now. They're going to change.
Listen, they're not going to take away the NILs. They might try to put some regulations on it and I think that's what you're saying. But if the regulations put them back to where they were before, we're going to just have the same issues. If you tell a guy, listen, if an endorser, you're going to say, well, the endorsers can only give you $600,000 max. That's going to create the same issue that you had before when they couldn't pay you anything. So I just think that, we when we talk about graduating college and all that, we don't put that same pressure on regular people going to college.
But when you go play sports, you pretty much are going for free. You're getting all of your accommodations.
Well, yeah, but you're bringing in millions of dollars for the university.
True, and that's the dynamic. But to me, I don't know. I think, especially as far as this future way of sports is going.
I'm supposed to be old school, man. Yeah, you.
No,
I am.
But I just think that as it starts to spread more, it's going to bring more parity, and it's going to be sort of like the wishy-washy because these brands are going to go like where the top athletes are, but I don't think the top athletes are going to continue to go to these same schools that you've seen. I think it's going to be more parity across the board.
That's why Nick Saban got out, right? Because he knows now with the portal and all that stuff, his control is not like it used to be. Ramsey, what say you on this deal?
So, well, one of the things is I think it's good that the NIL is across all divisions, right? It's a division 1, 2, 3. So no matter what type of an athlete, what division athlete you are, you have an opportunity to take advantage of your name, image, and likeness. I think that's one of the great things. I have mixed feelings about NIL overall. In that, yes, you are an athlete, you're going to school, you're getting a free education. So shouldn't that be enough? Because let's say if any one of us was an academic scholar, we've got a free ride at whatever university as an academic scholar. We don't have an opportunity for NIL. But I think the difference is kind of like you were saying, Dre. I guess you're making millions for the university, whereas an academic scholar who needs some spending money doesn't have that opportunity.
Okay, so can I push back?
That's the thing that I struggle with.
Well, let me push back on you. Depends on what my field of study is, because as an academic scholar, you very well can get a grant from a private enterprise for your studies, and the university wouldn't stop you from doing that. And some do. There's people who have in college who have specialized things that they're doing that get money to keep those experiments going. So I mean, we're putting these artificial things on athletes, which is un-American. That's what I'm saying. Everybody else is making money hand and fist, and we want the athletes to be some kind of paragons of virtue. That's not capitalism. They're just like everybody. Can't be. In the absence of them getting NILs, they were exploited. And like I said, just because they got a scholarship, right, they were being put under pressure than other scholarship people. If I got a scholarship for academic scholarship, nobody's telling me I can't work. Nobody's telling me I can't do this, I can't do that. But the athlete couldn't get butter on their popcorn.
Yeah. Hold on, time out. Okay, so now I don't know, but these athletes' lifestyles are totally different than it was 20 years ago. They trying to make sure that they get the flashy jewelry and drive the 2024s and stuff. But that has nothing. But that's a want. That's not a need. Hell,
so listen, the athletes who only can get what they need, not what they want.
Well, no, what I'm saying, okay, you on a football team. You one of the top players, right?
Okay.
You got all your school paid for, right?
Okay.
You get all your little you get all your little financial aid refund. You get your little refund every semester, right? So you got about 5 stacks there. Then you can probably get some scholarships if you at least getting a B average or so. Let's say, because a lot of these athletes are smart. You're getting a B average, so you might get another $3,000-4,000 a semester in your pocket.
Okay.
You mean tell me $1,000 a month ain't good for you, our friend? You need $3.5 million.
I want what I deserve, man.
We ain't buying you no house. These guys are living in mansions.
The only reason why I'm laughing is because your example, okay, the point is not that little stipend, because even before the NILs, the better athletes were being taken care of. Right? They were being taken care of.
Yeah,
and
the parents were. Their parents certainly were.
Yeah. So all I'm just trying to say is, you bring that to the surface, you get rid of the clandestine, money under the table because it's not required anymore. You bring it out. So now you know what these guys are getting, at least on the surface. So they don't have to do underhanded things like the Reggie Bush saga, and he might even get his Heisman back. If I was him, I would have never gave it back, by the way. But so I'm just saying, we're putting these. I know when you're old fashioned, you like to see things stay the same. These guys, that better athletes, never stay in college for 4 years anyway, right? I think it's unconstitutional that the NBA made some guys wait a year before they can get to the NBA, because there was no real basis in fact. Because most of the players who left high school and went to NBA are all Hall of Famers, just about. So that whole notion that they were too, young and immature to play basketball was just horse pucky, right? So I'm just saying, the only players that people want to put restrictions on are black athletes. If I played tennis, I could become a pro at 13. If I play golf, I could become a pro as soon as I can hit the damn reach the green. So, but all of a sudden, or if I could, if I'm a black athlete, I got to go through all these goddamn hoops to make some money. I think that's bad.
Yeah.
So you're saying that only affects a black athlete?
Well, think about it. They don't put those restrictions on tennis players.
Yeah,
they don't put those restrictions on golfers.
But we don't know. We don't know what they get.
You do know.
No, we don't know what they get. These players get endorsements. These players were getting endorsements already. It was, I always reference to the movie Blue Chips. The movie Blue Chips. Right. I mean, this was happening. That was happening. I was already I was already out of college, and guys was like, "Hey, man, I'm getting."
You want to inside? You play college ball, right?
Yeah, I played a little.
All right, so you saw something from the inside that I wouldn't see from the outside. Well, a lot of that stuff is still under the table.
Yeah, it was a lot under the table. However, it was still considered a booster. It was a booster. Guys had cars. Hey, guys were getting cars. They were getting cars leased to them. You worked for the dealership, but you didn't work at the dealership. So, guys was getting.
You don't have to do that no more now.
No, but it's still like a third party. The school is not paying them directly. It's just it's legal. It's a third party paying them.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing.
I think they should get their money. I'm saying I think they should get their money. I'm not saying they should get money. Get all that shit.
So okay, so last words. I'm gonna end this thing because this is the last slide anyway.
But just real quick. So part of what I say is kind of devil's advocacy, just so that y'all know that, right? Just kind of a counterpoint. But the whole thing with the NIL, to me, it really dilutes the scholarship end of it, the academic end of the university. Because if I'm making $1 million a year as a college athlete, even $500,000, doggone well, I'm not going to class, right? So it's diluting the whole purpose of you being at that institution. If I'm making $500,000 a year, even $200,000 a year, I'm not going to class. But someone behind the scenes is propping me up saying that I'm going to class.
But were they going to class beforehand, Frankie? Were they going to class beforehand?
You had to.
Not necessarily going to class beforehand, but they weren't also being paid $500,000.
Hold on. You had to go to class. Now here's the catch, though.
Okay.
Your classes were gym, weightlifting. You know, it wasn't those core classes that a regular student. But they were going to class because you saw it this year with Angel Reese. She's making over $1 million some in NIL, right? But she stopped going to class, so it hurt her. And that's why she was
because she's a woman and she got arrogant and she stopped playing the game the way she should have.
No, but she stopped going to class.
That's what I meant. I mean, playing the game. She should have just showed up.
Yeah. They're going to class. They're taking weightlifting and gym and all that good stuff, like you say. But what's going to happen 2-3 years from now when there's no more eligibility, and all they have on their transcript is gym and weightlifting and basketball? So
that was my point. That was original point.
It's not a good point, though.
But you're losing out.
The regular student body does the same thing. I mean, the regular student body does the same. Everybody ain't graduating, even if you're paying for it. That's even worse. How many people waste hundreds of thousands of dollars? I mean, not hundreds of thousands, but tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah, a lot of money. Yeah.
But as an athlete, you're in a different dynamic because you got all. Listen, if you got all your school paid for coming out of school, you're in a win-win. Any extra money you get. Now, granted, our paying we would have been saved if they'd have gave us $200,000. We'd have saved $180,000 a year. You'd have left college, whether it was 2 years, you'd have been saved up. Like, okay, I got you.
Okay, so you're right. I'm not arguing against the restrictions. What I'm trying to tell you is that not only were the kids that were getting the scholarships, but they were also being exploited.
True.
Well, you can't just say true. That's just a big deal.
Hold on.
It's just a big deal.
Hold on. I'll paint. Okay. It's a relationship, right? Isn't it a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, it's 50-50 relationship. You give something, you get something. It's the same thing.
So it's like you. It's not you. It's like a man who's ugly with a princess, right? or vice versa. I mean, you're not getting the same end of the stick. You paying out a whole lot premium to be with the princess, and every so often she might let you get a sniff from afar.
But it's a relationship.
You be naked in the shower. And then you pay me $100,000 so you can see me naked in the shower every so often.
It's OnlyFans. It's OnlyFans.
Listen, man, I'm for the players. Get all you can. That's the American way.
Yeah, it's a great debate. It really is. But I guess I'm more.
I'm glad I left it at the end, man. I'm glad I put that on there.
I'm more of a traditionalist. You're in school to get an education, get your 4-year degree, get out and make some money because 99.99% of the folks, they're not going pro anyway, right?
Well, and they're not. Those guys are not getting big NILs either. See, that's the whole thing. NILs are not equal to everybody, right?
True.
So most of the players ain't getting those big bucks, Trey Fur.
I totally understand.
So the few who are getting them are almost not guaranteed. I hate to use that word, but they're almost geared towards being pros. That's why they pay them so much, right? So, but there's a whole bunch of people who don't get none. They don't even get no offers. So those people should respect the scholarship.
Yeah.
And they will more than the person who knows that if I'm coming out of college with $3 million, I got time to get some kind of stupid degree. For whatever it's worth, because I know a whole bunch of student bodies with degrees and they can't get a job.
That's true.
So you know what, man? I'm never going to lose this argument. We're in a capitalist society and we're supposed to suck the money tree dry, period.
I agree, man. Get all that money. Get all that. Hey,
Okay.
get your promotion money.
Let me present this question.
Ramsey. Go ahead.
So let me present this question. Would you rather have your children, your loved ones, have a degree and they can't get a job, in their field, or they can't find a job, or have 1 year of college, they drop out and they find a job? Which would you rather have? Long term.
Wait. So they drop out of school and they find a minimum $20 an hour job, or they stay in school, get a degree, and don't get no job at all?
Right. Long term, what would you rather have? I think the answer is obvious. I don't want to lead the witness here, but
no, the answer really is not obvious. You know why? Because if they get a degree and I'm $100,000 in debt for getting their ass out of college and they can't get no job, just that degree, every year they don't have a job is worth less and less. So the person out for 1 year and he got a job, at least paying the electric bill and shit, or maybe having to leave, because that person could always pay to go back to school and get a better job. So listen, if my kid went 4 years and didn't get nothing out of it and can't get a job too, I would be pretty damn depressed. I ain't thinking the long term. So in your scenario, I'd rather have the working kid, man. And don't.
Oh man, hey man, don't spread that, man. If you're a mentor somewhere, don't spread that one.
Listen, but that scenario,
you gotta think long term, right?
That's not long term. Ramsey, the longer you're not working with your degree, it's worth less and less because you don't got no experience.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe so. Maybe that's true, but you have that degree. And that door is going to open for you.
You put a lot more pressure on that degree. What kind of degree we talking about? What kind of degree we talking about, Ramsey?
A history degree?
What kind of degree we talking about? Are you talking about history, basketball, 101, or a STEM degree?
I'm talking about, let's say, a STEM degree.
Okay, so now most likely I'm gonna find a job somewhere.
Eventually, even if it takes
it'll be more than years and years. If it's a good STEM degree, it might take me 6 months to a year to find a job in a bad economy.
Right.
So yeah, if you were to put that in there, then I would agree with you. But we know that's 10% of the degrees coming out of college. Most of it is useless pieces of paper.
Yeah. I think still overall, I would elect to have the degree, no matter what it is, within reason, no matter what it is, and wait it out, because I think eventually that door is going to open for you, and you have that piece of paper. So I guess that's a different show, though.
But you may have to. You may have to take now. The degree does open up more options for you. It puts you in a different, work category as far as, you might not have to be outside all day working. You might be able to get your little office job in a little cubicle or something. It opens up the options more. I just think that over time, with more experience, the degree holds more weight.
Here's what the degree does for you, right? That I agree with. Even if you can't find a job, it shows the potential employer that you were able to do something for 4 years or 5 years.
You persevered. Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But other than that, gentlemen, listen, man. I tell you, listen. Let's cut this one kind of short because we got that other show, right, Trey? What time is that? 7:30.
8 o'clock.
Is that 8? Okay.
Yes, sir.
On another channel. There's a 8 o'clock. We're gonna talk probably Super Bowl all day long, right?
Mm-hmm. So maybe some basketball.
Yeah, maybe some basketball. I'm gonna take my little break and then I'll hit that show. I got a show at 9 o'clock on Hemp's channel.
Okay, you gonna be over there at 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're gonna be talking. Hey, so Ramsey, they want me to come up and they want me to represent the baby boomers.
Uh-oh.
And I'm prepared. Listen, let me tell you, man. I'm trying to get my blood pressure right because people.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, hold your own, man. Hey, I'm gonna be in the chat, man. Now that I know, I'm gonna be in the chat, man. I'm gonna be fighting for you.
Thank you, because it's gonna be a fight, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? I prepared a sheet of things that happened from the baby boomer generation that shaped and informed not just the baby boomers, but everybody. So none of the stuff from where we are now is for example, when the pill came out in 1960, the baby boomers were just like 14 years old at most. I was 2. So what happened there was that a lot of parents from the silent generation put their daughters on the pill.
Yeah.
Right. But the silent generation women were already women. They took the bill for different reasons, so they can go out there and stroke with impunity.
And bone all day. Yep.
And bone all day. So that's not the baby boomers. That was the silent. The first freaks were the goddamn silent generation freaks. You know, that's what I was saying. But
Pam Grier now in the 70s.
So this is how the conversation is going to devolve. You know what I'm saying, man? It's going to get.
Yeah. Because when you said that you were going to represent the baby boomers, I'm thinking you barely made it in there, right?
By 2 years.
Yeah, you barely made it in there. So you're speaking from a super young baby boomer.
Hey, listen, man, that 2 years don't mean shit to the people who hate baby boomers.
No, it don't. So I think, listen, you had cloth diapers then, didn't you?
Exactly.
Right.
You had cloth diapers and those hard shoes
with the pin in it, with the big pin.
Oh man, you know, so I don't know what that. See, first of all, the guy asked me to be on this thing. I didn't know. I said yes, and he didn't tell me what the topic was, and I didn't ask, so I just said yes. Then I went and I saw the topic. I said, oh man, I don't want to. I know it's just gonna. You know what? I might even. Might pop a blood pressure pill before I get on that damn thing.
He said, "Pop a blood pressure pill."
You know,
man. You hold your own well, man. You know.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it. I'm gonna have some fun, man. I'm gonna have some fun.
Yeah. Now this is my last thing. This is one caveat that I see that a lot of the young guys.
Last words. Go ahead.
No, it's because it has nothing. What I see.
Just go ahead anyway. Just go ahead.
It's okay. As far as really quick, as far as the younger generation, when they compare this day into the old times, how they always complain about the police of them, how they're being policed. They don't take into account that early on, you know, Jim Crow and all that, you didn't have to just worry about the police. It was the regular citizens that you had to worry about.
Of course. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But they don't look at that. They're like, oh, we harassed by the police. No. Okay, that's one dynamic because first of all, y'all don't know how to relate and communicate to the police. We understand that. But we had to work. That's why we had to be in our own neighborhoods at a certain time because you had to worry about those
downtown. You had all kinds of shit going on.
Yeah, so it just amazes me how they do that. You know, they think about that. But yeah, as far as the Super Bowl I pay, man, you know, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with the 40. Man, listen, man. I don't care who wins, man. I just hope it's a good game, high scoring game. Come down to a field goal. At the goal line type of play. I want a game like that. I don't want a halftime game when I'm looking for something else to shit to watch when I've been waiting for this game all for 2 weeks.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about? You know how much a Super Bowl ad cost this year? For
about
30 seconds?
How much?
$7 million.
Oh shit, man. Okay. NIL all day. Get your money.
I'm trying to think. Set for 30 seconds.
Damn. $7 million.
Yeah, that's just crazy, man. Are you out of your mind? And then, of course, Usher is going to be the music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, anyhow, gentlemen, Ramsey, last words. What you got?
No, man, I appreciate the invite to these and looking forward to next week.
Hey, man, I'm glad you came up, both of you guys, man. You know, I'm going to try to keep this going and, you know, I'm spreading out there, man, see what's happening, man. This is, I have to learn how to simulcast on Facebook, right? I still don't know how to do that. So I got to go over there and see what's going on. You know? So I should just bite off one thing at a time because I'm like shadow banned on Facebook. I have my stuff is so controversial that they hide all my shit from people over there, man.
It's all good, man. You getting the voice out there, man.
Anyway, hey, gentlemen, thank you. I appreciate it. And
send me an email.
Say what? Oh, that was
send me an email next time. Next week.
Yeah, I thought I just forgot. I'll make sure you have it.
That's because you're old, man.
It should come up on your feed. You're subscribed to the channel, right?
Yeah, it come up when they say you live.
Okay. I'll send you. No problem. I'll send you an email. Actually, I sent you something. I sent both of you guys something on my last political thing.
I haven't pulled it up yet. But
it's only 13 minutes, so it ain't that long. So I try to make sure I didn't say anything. I don't think I cursed on this. I'm getting better. All right, gentlemen. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Let me close down with those things going. I'll see you guys later, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, later.
Bye. Well, thanks a lot. Another episode on the Swivel at the Sports Bar. So we're gonna sign out until next week, next Wednesday. Every Wednesday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Come join us. I don't know who is. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week at 6 o'clock Eastern. I appreciate people coming up. We're going to have nice sports talk. There was a good discussion on the NILs at the end. So we're going to keep this going. On the Swivel at the Sports Bar. Over and out.